Jamel says he wish he gained more weight after the weigh-in, and he should have came forward a little bit more. Man, don't talk me to death.
Push the weight enough flex. The live is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm looking at this article. You know, Jamel said he wished he gained more weight after the weigh-in, and he should have came forward a little bit more. This is the part of regret. Well, you know, this ain't regret, man. The man's I understand he got 11 million in his bank account. You know, I'm not in anyone's pockets, but that's what people keep talking about. So if that's what it is, that's what it is. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. He has to live with how he performed. And that's not the guy I was used to seeing. This was he underachieved last night. He got to live with that. Says Jamel Charlo was wary of engaging with Canelo Alvarez on Saturday night, primarily because he felt the difference in weight between them almost immediately. You know what? Oh my God. After all, you know what? Jamel, this is your fault. This ain't got nothing to do with Canelo. You did this. You asked for this. Says here Charlo would have preferred to add at least 5 more pounds from the time he had weighed in at a career high of 167 pounds Friday morning until he stepped into the ring with Canelo Alvarez. Charlo revealed that he weighed at 172 pounds on Saturday morning. 172 pounds. He said Canelo's a mother effing beast. This is what he said, y'all. He an ox. He called him an ox, y'all. He's calling this guy an animal. All right, man, he's earning this payday. He's a beast. He's an ox. He said, you know, maybe I felt that more because of the fact that I'm reading it. I'm saying it how it's written because this was my first time at that weight. I wish I could have gained a little bit more in between I'm reading it how it's written. I wish I could have gained a little weight between the from the weigh-in at the time, but I can't control my body, and I can't. This is how it's written, y'all. I'll put the link in the description. God has this already written, and I'm glad that I was there to put on a performance. Showtime pay-per-view. This is Jamel Charlo, y'all. I supported him, and that's what I get. That's what I get. He says, I feel like you just can't charge in with the fighter, Charlo explained. His power did play an effect, but it wasn't like it was dominant to a point where I could come forward. And I should have came forward a little bit more in this fight, but I'm human and I just tried lateral movement. What the wow. And like I said, I felt some of his punches, so it's cool. It's not cool. All right. At the end here, he said, at the end right here, it says, I know, where it says, I was good, I get back up. That's what we do. Get back up and continue to fight. I'll put the article link in the description. Are y'all satisfied with this? Let me explain something to you. He didn't even try. All right? $90 pay-per-view. All right? $90 pay-per-view. This was the main event. This dude didn't even try. There's a lot of weird things in the atmosphere at this level of boxing right now. When you get to this level of boxing, things get weird. There's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of betting involved. They play on people's emotions. And I'm sick of it. There's only a handful of people at this level that I'm supporting moving forward. Y'all know who they are if you follow me. Outside of that, I can't trust these guys. I really can't. You see Bud's name getting flown around. Let me just tell y'all something. All of these guys are in on it. Canelo pops up at the PBC. His first fight under the PBC banner is 154-pound undisputed champion. And they sold it to us because this guy's naturally the bigger man. And on paper, it made sense. I thought Charlo had a better skill set, or at least just as good a skill set as Dimitri Bivol. Turns out his performance didn't reflect that. How the hell do you have all the tools to do exactly what Bivol did, but you didn't have the heart to do so? Now you're sitting here, I wish I gained more weight. I should have came forward a little bit more. Derek James told you to go forward. Derek James told you to work behind your jab. You didn't listen. And now you're going to talk about Canelo's a beast, Canelo's an ox. I never heard Floyd Mayweather say that about him at all. I had Austin Trout on my show who fought you, and he fought Canelo Alvarez. He said you were the stronger guy. Now, could Canelo have gotten stronger since then? Possibly. But you didn't even try. I watched this guy struggle against Sandri Lara. I watched this guy have a chess match with Miguel Cotto. You got washed. And I don't want to hear it. There was nothing that Canelo did. He didn't have to. Canelo has various gears, but he was driving on cruise control the whole time. He didn't have to switch because you didn't give him no other looks. This is disappointing. And while you're at it, explain to me what the hell this is. That is your twin brother with his lady, with Bud Crawford and his lady. You want to tell me what's going on here? What is going on here? Look at this picture. Look. Look. Was this before or after this? Let me tell you something, y'all. We've been duped. We've been duped. This is one big storyline. When you get to this level of pay-per-view and everything, this is a storyline. Some guys are not a part of the plan. You see, Canelo went in there against Dimitri Bivol. Myself and everybody thought he was just going to lay down. Or if he went to the cards, that Canelo got the nod. But they weren't thinking about Bivol because he's not an attraction. And they're not even thinking about him right now. Bivol and Beterbiev are one fight away from undisputed at 175. There's no outcry for that fight. That's a big fight. That's a fight I want to see, but there's no public demand for it, so no one's thinking about it. You understand? But Jermell Charlo's in on it. Jermall Charlo's in on it. Benavidez is not in on it. What they're going to do is keep him out of the way. David Morrell is not in on it. They're going to keep him out of the way. And now I'm hearing some rumblings that there might be a Caleb Plant rematch. Lord, if that happens, man, and there's no shade to Caleb Plant, I like him. But we've seen it already, man. This man has 4 belts. Canelo has 4 belts at 168. He has 4 responsibilities. He has a mandatory in David Benavidez. Behind that, Christian and Billy's ranked number 1. You got a mandatory against David Morrell. William Skull is running around in the WBA at number 1. And what do we get? The undisputed champion at 154. And they sold it to us. They did a good job. They did a good job. Y'all go ahead and hope for this Bud Crawford fight if you want to. We've all been had. We've been duped. This is a game at this point. But, yo, fuck it. Let's play it. Get my views up. I'm sick of this.